What's good? What's good? We are back. Yours truly, the one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett podcast. And today I'm gonna give my reaction to the murder of PNB Rock. Rest in peace. And Lil Tjay who got shot and lived. But I'm gonna just basically talk about that element in hip hop that's pretty much been an ongoing thing of late in hip hop. But before we do, we're gonna give you a word from one of our sponsors.
That dizzle ain't no joke, got me addicted, ain't no coke. Let's just have a toast. Anybody want some smoke? Cause it's I be dizzled up. Catch me sipping with my double cup. Can't just have one, you gotta double up. You pour it, gotta watch it bubble up. I ain't gon' lie, I cannot get enough. When Callie said I need another one, gon' have you coming back for more. But go get it while it's hot, before it be sold out in your stores. That dizzle.
That's right. Do you dizzle? Yes, I dizzle. Dizzle is a premium luxury liqueur, a mixture of agave tequila, French cognac, and orange liquor mango mix. Check them out. Go to dizzlebrand.com, click on our locations, click on one of the top 3 website links. I recommend Emilio's Beverage. Must be 21 and over. Shipping and handling is included, and you can order your very own bottle or bottles of Dizzle premium luxury liqueur to your very own doorstep. Also, we have locations in California, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Arkansas. Coming soon to a state, city, town near you. Check them out, dizzlebrand.com. Okay, so I'm gonna try to talk about this without, people getting offended or whatnot. But it's messed up that somebody can't go eat somewhere with their jewelry without getting shot and killed. But at the same time, I was thinking about something when I was in a barbershop. We were talking about this stuff. We were just earlier today about rappers getting shot and killed over the jewelry. And I made a comment saying that if I was to walk into Bonnie Doon, which is one of the worst neighborhoods in Fayetteville, North Carolina, with a $100,000 chain on, I'm asking for it. And that's what the equivalent of PNB Rock going to South Central Cartel, not South, I'm about to say South Central Cartel. I'm thinking about a rap group going to the South Central with $100,000 chain on and whatever car he had, and posting on social media that he's going there. It's just equivalent. Like if I was to walk the Bonnie Doon right now, I'd be good to go. And that's the thing. I might get robbed in Bonnie Doon without a chain. If I wear a chain, it makes it 100 times greater for me to get robbed. And I don't think that's what these rappers get when you wear your jewelry and your costume everywhere. You're wearing your costume everywhere. Like it's cool. You go on a show, you got the show, you wear your jewelry on stage, you got to play the part. But you don't have to play the part while you're out there with your girl at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in South Central. There's a lot more safer Roscoe's. I mean, like I've heard people from that live in California that said they would not go eat there without jewelry, that they would get maybe takeout. Vlad TV even said like I would never eat that. Like I would only get takeout if that. You know, um, and like the little TJ, he got shot. I think he got 6 or 7 times. He lived, but I now see he's doing songs like he's 50 Cent now, man. Like, pump the brakes, young whippersnapper. It's not cool to get shot 6 or 7 times. It's really not. Um, and I understand like these cats that go through these near death situations. I know what it does to them mentally. I know it instills less fear, but we got to draw a line between being fearless and being stupid. I'm fearless. I don't fear no man on this earth, but my life is worth more than $100,000 chain. My life is worth a lot more than $100,000 chain. I make close to that every year, so I would like to argue that my life is worth way more than that from a business standpoint of view. Just investing into me from a business standpoint of view, it's worth more than $100,000 chain. It's really sad and pitiful that hip hop has gone down this dark path. And how would I know anything about hip hop? I've only been rapping since I was 14 years old. You know, I've only got about 5 albums out and a bunch of singles. Only promote you know over 1,000, 2,000 hip hop artists in my lifetime. You know, like hip hop, even in the '90s. I mean, there was cats. There was cats wearing jewelries in the '90s in a lot of places. But it's just different, man. The element is so different nowadays. They didn't have social media for the predators to turn them into praise in the '90s like that. Nowadays, they got like that's the good and bad about social media. Yes, social media is good because unsigned artists and independent artists can carve out a path for themselves and build a brand, you know, and create a whole avenue of marketing promotions online. But at the same time, it's like when I don't even have internet on my phone, and I could go into a restaurant that doesn't have internet and it's still tracked and knows that I went to that restaurant. So your phone is tracking you. That's the thing. Like even when you don't have an internet connection on, the phone is still tracking, and that information is being stored. And these cats out here posting. I'm here, I'm there, and a lot of people trying to blame his girlfriend for it. I blame him more than his girlfriend because he should have just gave up the chain. I think worth $100,000 chain, which should be if you didn't have a chain insured, then that wasn't too smart. It wasn't too smart of him to be going to South Central with $100,000 chain. Period. Even if he was posted on social media or not, they could have been randomly robbed. Somebody could have seen him at the restaurant and like left and came back and robbed them. You never know. You know what I'm saying? It's sad that he had to die over it, but I felt like he brought this on himself. It's like when I say like, these people that want to test the cops. We know that if you fuck with the cops, shit could end very badly. That's how I look at this. You going in, I don't go into a Bonnie Doon with $100,000 chain on. And that's what he did. And all my Fayetteville cats know exactly where I'm coming from on this. If you walk up in Bonnie Doon, Fayetteville, North Carolina, you are asking for it. You walk up in there with $100,000 chain around your neck. You better have a shit ton of security. That's another thing. He had no security. Why didn't you have no security? I understand you out with your lady, but that doesn't mean you don't still have security, man. I just think this really could have all been avoided. I don't, even if the social media post, if he has security, you know, the security's off sitting over here while chilling, drinking a soda while you having dinner with your girl. As soon as the guys come in rob you, security is getting up and pow, 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 pow. Especially if you got that kind of security, which is allowed to just start shooting once they pull a gun on y'all and stuff like that. So yeah, this could have definitely been avoided. Now, there's no reason you got to wear $100,000 chain to Roscoe's and Chicken and Waffles. If you're out with your girl, you're supposed to be just out with your girl. You ain't got to play the part. You should have had security. You should have not wore the chain. Um, you should have went to a Roscoe's and Chicken and Waffles that was not in South Central. That one that was in a safer area. Yeah, I just it's fucked up. It happened, but it's hard for me to feel like he didn't bring this upon himself, and that a lot of these rappers aren't bringing this upon themselves. King Von and all these cats. Bobby Smurda is lucky to be, free. Rowdy Rebel. These cats, like, you're now making a shit ton of legitimate money, and you still want to do illegal stuff or be caught up around the illegal elements, or, you know, you making all this kind of money and you still want to be hanging out in the hood. There's ways to give it back to the hood without you having to be hanging out in there with your $100,000 jewelry. You just go in there with a t-shirt and sweatpants and security. Or you bring security all together. I just don't get why he didn't have security. I understand you want to be out, grabbing a bill with your girl, but you go into South Central with $100,000 chain on, and you thinking you don't need security, even if you were average nobody. If you weren't famous, you were just a local celebrity with $100,000 chain on. I almost feel like you're asking for it, man. Benny the Butcher gets robbed at Houston at Walmart. Like, why you got to be wearing your jewelry at Walmart? Did you get booked for a show at Walmart? No, you didn't. Did you get booked for a show appearance at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles? No, you don't have to wear the jewelry. But you want to wear the jewelry because you got to feel like, you're PNB Rock everywhere you go, or you're Lil Tjay everywhere you go, or these cats, they want to play the part everywhere you go. Well, actors aren't playing the roles everywhere they go. And that's the thing. Rappers only got one role to play, and that's whatever gimmick that they're going along with. And a lot of these rappers are really out here still doing dumb stuff, even when they making all this rap money. Still want to be hanging out with a bunch of knuckleheads and hoodlums, and you're going to be guilty by association. Yeah, I just think most of these rappers bring this on themselves. They really do. It wasn't like, it's kind of like Big and Pac, for example. Biggie didn't really bring it on himself. Pac did. Pac got killed because of an incident that happened earlier where they jumped a gang member. Biggie just got killed because he was beefing with somebody who got killed. And Biggie won't even really beefing with Pac like that. It wasn't even a real like, if I see you, I'm gonna kill you by beef. I think just like, there's no telling who killed Big, man. Big was just, I think, the wrong narrative, the wrong perception killed Big. I really do. You know, I don't know if Biggie died. If Biggie died because of had any reason of him dying because of Pac being killed, well, that's like, it's based off of a false narrative, you know. But Pac, because a lot of people think Pac is still alive and this that Pac wasn't killed. Pac was killed by Suge, or there's just so many conspiracies behind Pac's death. Biggie, it's a lot different, man. You know, Biggie died for nothing. Pac died at his own hand. You know, like, you live by the gun, you die by the gun, man. Pac was still out there trying to be it. Pac was trying to play the role of a thug when he wasn't a real thug, because they had to keep up the image, had to keep up the gimmick. And your life ain't worth keeping up the gimmick and keeping up the image. But yeah, man, it's, I mean, it's fucked up. You can't go and eat without getting killed. But at the same time, why do you got to go wear up the $100,000 chain just to go eat? I don't know. People gonna be like, well, you should be able to do whatever you want to do. You know, this, that, and the third. But that's not always the case. You can't do what you want to do wherever you want to do all the time. And we got to draw a line between being fearless and being smart or dumb. Like, I got hit by a car. near death situation. I can tell you right now, I don't fear any man on this earth, but I'm not giving my life up for $100,000 change. You can have the change. You can have it. And that's another thing. I think he didn't want to give up his chain. That's dumb. That's stupid. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. I don't care if you want to. I'm from Philly. I got to be tough. I'm from New York. I got to be tough. Well, I'm from Vietnam. And there's a time to be brave and tough. And there's a time to be smart and not stupid. And I think John Kerry said it best. In America, you have the right to be stupid. And these rappers they're stupid, man. They're dumb. They're not very smart when you feel like you got to wear jewelry in all these public places. You know that people are targeting rappers more than they're targeting rappers more than ever, man. They're targeting. I mean, they're literally following them on social media to target them. Pop Smoke, he got killed because he posted his address on social media. You know, I mean, you're going to see a common thread and a common needle of this, of rappers posting their locations, or celebrity, not even just celebrities. Celebrities are getting robbed and targeted, but rappers feel like they got to be tough guys and not give up their jewelry, like they got something to prove. You're not proving nothing to nobody if you're dead. All you proved was you were stupid. You didn't prove you were brave. You proved you were stupid. Because you got to draw a line, between being brave and being stupid. You know, there's more to live for. I mean, he had a whole career ahead of him, whole life ahead of him, and it's gone already, man. Hip hop, man, it's a dark path, man. It's a very dark path that hip hop is down. I think it's like my first album, no turning back at this point. I don't think hip hop could turn back at this point. I think the path that hip hop has went down is so dark. Rappers are every rapper is perpetrating the same bullshit. It's like in the '90s. Okay, you had a gangster rapper, but then you had you know your fun rappers like Camp Lo and Will Smith. Then you had the intellectual rappers like Karis One and Poor Righteous Teacher and Public Enemy and Dead Prez. I mean, just plain um, lyrical rappers, but some won't. I mean, you just have variety, man. You had gangsters, tough guys, fun rappers, intellectual rappers, um, like just ghetto Quran rappers, like Nas. You know what I'm saying? Nas is like I wouldn't call Nas like a tough guy rapper, but he was definitely painting some dark pictures with some ghetto Quran music, man. And whatnot. But yeah, man, hip hop. I don't know what to say, man. Hip hop. It's a culture problem. It's a culture problem. First of all, it's a definite culture problem in hip hop, and I don't know that it's a culture that's going to be changed or reversed. I mean, you got because think about it. Your top two rappers is like a Kendrick and a Cole, and then you got Drake. And yeah, they're not shoot 'em up, bang bang. They don't sell drugs. They're not gangster rappers. None of that BS. But there's only one of each of them. There's only one Cole, one Kendrick, one Drake. There's not a ton of intellectual rappers or lyrical rappers or positive rappers at the top. There's just the Kendrick, Cole, Drake, and the rest of the rappers. Everybody else is like drinking lean, selling drugs, popping pills, degrading bitches. I'm a gangster, thug, shoot 'em up, bang bang. Yeah, they're all floating up shit's creek. And I don't really feel. I don't really be feel. I don't feel some kind of emotions when these cats die, and you're out here portraying maybe I don't know the PNB Rock was portraying to be a gangster or thug, but it's still a stupid move to just wear $100,000 chain in South Central, Compton, any of these ghetto areas, man. That's why I made a reference of my hometown of walking up in Bonnie Doon with $100,000 chain on. You got some big ass balls because you're asking for it. Somebody's gonna get your ass. Somebody. You best believe that. You better hope nobody sees your ass. Like, you just better pray to God that nobody sees your ass. Because as soon as one person sees your ass, they're gonna be licking their chops. They're gonna be licking their chops. And if they don't got an install to do it themselves, they're gonna be calling somebody the street over, like, yo, a buddy just walked in the neighborhood with $100,000 chain on. And that's the thing. When I said it in the barbershop, everybody in the barbershop totally agree with me 1,000%. That if you walk in Bonnie Doon with a $100,000 chain on, you're asking for it. You're asking for it. Everybody agrees. And I'm in a black barbershop. I ain't in no white barbershop. Getting the bald fade, cut to the 2 and 3 on top. And everybody agrees because they know what kind of neighborhood Bonnie Doon is. They know what time it is when you go into this neighborhood. You can get robbed at gunpoint for $5 or $10. So if you go in there with a $100,000 chain, you're 100,000 times likely to get robbed. And that's how I'm looking at it with some of these cats. Not even just like okay, King Von. I mean, he killed people. You know, I mean, when you kill people or you rob people at gunpoint, these things come back on you, man. These things will come. Cities are only so big. Like when people robbing people in Fayetteville at gunpoint, there's only 200,000 people in Fayetteville, and the one at some point you're more likely going to come across that person at a convenience store, at a club, at a bar, a restaurant, or something, or a stoplight. You know, so yeah, these cats. I don't know, man. They need to start walking around like Cole. They can learn a lot from Cole Kendrick. If you rob Kendrick, I mean, what are you robbing Kendrick for? He probably all you probably getting is probably bank card. Kendrick probably don't keep no cash, probably don't wear no jewelry. He's probably not all about wearing big name brand clothing and driving in no fancy car. Kendrick's probably just driving in a regular old SUV or something, man. Something. Kendrick probably. I mean, I gotta look this up too. Anyway, let me look up Kendrick's car collections while I'm on here. I mean, this cat's driving a. This cat's driving like a Ford something, man. A Land, what I say? Land Rover, Range Rover, Sport, BMW. Okay, I mean BMW. Regular people drive BMW. Mercedes G wagon. Nothing super. Like just he's driving in the expensive cars that the average American drives. A freaking Range Rover, BMW, and a Mercedes G wagon. Respect, man. Much respect for Kendrick Lamar. Smart, humble. These cats out here flashing, flashing, flashing. You keep flashing this stuff in people's faces, and you keep going to the side of town where you get robbed for flashing these things in people's faces. What do you expect to happen? The odds are going up and not in your favor. They're not in your favor. Doesn't look like my screen went out this time, so I guess the Google Chrome is the way to go. I guess my Firefox is having issues. But once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in Paul Pickett Podcast. And that's pretty much my react to rappers getting killed and shot. Most of them are bringing these elements on themselves because they're portraying a lifestyle or out here flashing this stuff in the wrong places at the wrong time. And then I still got to go back on where was PNB Rock's security. Lil Tjay, I don't know if he had security with him. But when you're making the money that these cats are and you're flashing like these cats are and you don't got security 24/7, you're just asking to be preyed. Because predators out there, the predators out there, man. So yeah. All right, man. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Let me give y'all a word from one of our sponsors.
Looking for music marketing and promotion? Then look no further than Promo Palace LLC, your one-stop shop for all music promotion services. Services include Spotify playlist pitching, YouTube video promotion, record pool promotion, blog placements, radio airplay promotion, SoundCloud promotion, and much more. With over 2,000 customers and over 10 years of experience in online promotion, Promo Palace LLC is a company you can trust. For more info, please go to promopalace.biz. See you there.
That's right. You need marketing promotions. You heard the beautiful lady. Check us out, promopalace.biz, your one-stop shop for all marketing promotions. Thank you for tuning in. Peace, and I'm out.